Hi, Sagittarius. This is your bonus reading, guys. Thank you for joining me here. It's always a pleasure, beautiful Sag. Let's see what the universe wants you to know at this time, Sagittarius. And do you notice how I ask the universe what the universe wants you to know? Some people think that I predetermine these reads, and I absolutely do not. It's a surprise to me every time I do a read. I have no idea. Which is why I ask the universe to say what it is that Sag needs to see, know, or hear. It's not my energy. It's not my reads. In fact, I can't even read for myself. I need people to do my readings. Hope. You offer the most valuable gift there is, and that is hope. Hope through your optimism and support and inspire hope in others. Dimensional travel. You're able to open gateways to realms outside of this dimension. It can be discovered naturally or open through performance of rituals. You decide on the realm. You're very intelligent. You're able to simulate a person's mind. Fusing sexuality with intelligence to achieve your goals. So you're not only hopeful, you're very multi-dimensional. Keeps coming out today in today's reads. You're very wise and you're very sensual. You do have a sense of danger about you that is hard to resist. There is a dark side to you that keeps people intrigued. Everybody has a dark side and a light side. But you're clairsentient. You have the ability to feel deeply into situations, places, or people, sensing something beyond the physical realm, which is why a lot of people see you as dangerous, see you as devilish. Because quite honestly, you're very gifted. And because you're gifted, people might consider that as like dark or devilish. But you're an illuminator. You radiate energy that lights up any room with great power to heal those around you. And you have the ability to crack their hearts wide open. This gift can make people run from your light. They might view you as freaky or view you as the devil or view you as devilish because you're incredibly intelligent, incredibly sexual, incredibly passionate, and you light up the room. Keeps getting this sexual healer here. You have the ability to expose the light and crack them open. So it's like you have the capacity to become a sexual healer with the skills to change sexual trauma, wounding, limitations, and what goes on with people's bodies and in their worlds. So this is a double-edged sword. We got this for you before, Sagittarius. A lot of you are natural-born healers. And you sense in others their pain. Like, that's what makes people run from you. particularly if they have sexual wounds, like sexual trauma. A lot of people do not, they want to run from that. You may have found a lot of people in your life have had sexual traumas because you have the ability to heal those things in people. You have a deep sense about you. Now look, a lot of people find you out of reach. In a lot of you, your looks could trigger people's insecurities, making them feel like they're out of your league, which helps you to wean out people that don't vibrate on the same level as you do. And I'm not saying that well, I am saying that. You feel. You make others feel what you feel. Your energy inspires energy. Just be careful for what you invoke or inspire in others. So, you got to be careful how you present yourself. You have a deep knowing, the ability to connect on a deeper level with people and talk in ways that they feel heard. Being able to penetrate their veil often leaves people feeling vulnerable. Exactly, because you already know what their issue is, you know what their problem is. There are people that have had sexual traumas, but it makes them feel vulnerable and they may run from you. And it's not like you're trying to. Also, at the same time, you've got to be careful because if you've got somebody who is a perpetrator and you expose that in them too, be careful. Because that's that double-edged sword. I mean, you're there as a healer, but when you're dealing with perpetrators, it can work against you. Be careful what you provoke in people. You have the ability to bring out the best in people and the worst in people, which is why you're hated or loved. And it's true for me anyway. I've had a lot of people in my life that have confided in me things that they have never confided in other people. And it is a double-edged sword. It truly is. Because then they feel vulnerable, right? You know their vulnerabilities, and then they sometimes panic about that, and they get worried about that. They can't help it. I mean, you know about it. What can you do? I mean, just be careful, Sag. You have the ability to crack people wide open. I knew that was going to come up. And I talked about that double-edged sword, and it is here. You're able to see into people. They don't have to say a word to you. But people see you as fair. People see you as just. They see you as generous. They want to confide in you. And others run from you. Mm-hmm. You have the ability to strengthen people. You have the ability to... You've got the greatest gift of all that you can give people, and that is hope. You do have the ability to heal people, Sagittarius. You're very patient. You're very balanced. Oh, you be careful, Sagittarius. Yep. You see through people's facades. This is the multiverse. Interdimensional travel. You can travel to the 5D. Oh, God. Sagittarius, you may have visions about it. gifts of clairvoyance and prophecy. Some of you could be prophets. You could see things before they happen. It's like some people you encounter, Sagittarius, you pick up their vibrations, you pick up on their energies. Some of them are not good characters. And others just need healing. Oh, I'm not going here, God. Am I going here? I guess I am. This may not be for all of you. Should I go here or shouldn't I go here? You're a truth seeker, Sagittarius. You know the truth about something. I don't want to go here, God. Don't. I don't want to go here. I guess I am. Hang on. You're a seer, a knower. You have a deep knowing. You know the truth about something, Sagittarius, and it's almost as if Okay, let's put it to you this way, Sagittarius. Some people's gonna love you for this, and some people's gonna hate you for this. You know, I'm gonna tell you something, Sagittarius, and I may have mentioned it once before. I don't know if I should. I can choose the dimension as well. And I just don't know if it'll be of any good use for me to say this, but maybe it will help somebody. So I will. Hang on, let me think. I want to say about, oh my God, 9 years ago, I was, shit, it's here, the story's here. I was driving from work, and where I worked, I had to drive, it was about 14 hours. I would go for like 3 weeks at a time, and then I would come home for a week. And I was on this one drive, and a police car pulled me over in a really, really, really remote area. Never gave me a ticket, never said a word to me. I said, was I speeding? I never got no ticket. I might have been going a little over the speed limit, but nothing major. He just ran my plates. He ran my license, and that was it. Gave me back my license, and off I went. Well, this police officer had me pulled over. I saw this vehicle going the opposite direction, and the person in that vehicle just stared the whole way, which made me really uncomfortable. I'm like, you nosy bugger. And then I continued on the highway, and maybe about 20 minutes into my drive, I see this vehicle coming up behind me. Now, this vehicle was the same vehicle that was going in the opposite direction. And he was on my bumper. And so I slowed down to let him pass. He wouldn't pass me. And so I resumed my speed. And then he kept putting on his turn signal for me to pull over, and I wasn't pulling over. I'm in a remote location. Do you know what I'm saying? I ain't pulling over. If it's a cop, I am pulling over, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I left my lights on, or maybe my brake lights were stuck on, or everything was functioning fine. And I saw him pull way back, flash his lights at me, turn his signals on for me to pull over. Well, I wasn't pulling over. And then he kept doing this over and over and over again, to the point where I got fear in me, and I'm like, don't you dare pull over. Don't you dare pull over. And I was on the phone. It was in and out of cell phone service. And I figured I better get my call in right away and let somebody know in case I don't ever appear again. I called, and the person I talked to said, don't pull over. And if that vehicle runs you off the road or tries to push you off the road, pull over Don't get out of your vehicle. Wait for them to get out of the vehicle and run them over. That's exactly how scared I was. Now, all these visions were going through my head of all these scenarios. I have never done that in my life, as far as I know. So I wouldn't pull over. And then the person I talked to on the phone said, wait for another vehicle to come and stay on their ass. Like, don't lose sight of that vehicle. So that's exactly what I did. And when this other vehicle approached, that other vehicle started to behave itself, like acting normal, driving normal, not flashing their lights, not jumping up on my bumper and pulling back and all that. That scared me. And this other vehicle, I just stayed right on their tail. And that bloody vehicle followed me almost all the way home. And I remember it going through my mind. When I got home, I called the police. And I gave them a description of the vehicle and where it turned off and everything. I mean, I was literally shaking, scared. I was petrified. That was somebody out to do harm to someone. And I sensed it and I knew it. And I knew if I had pulled over and gotten out of my vehicle, chances are I would have disappeared forever. And I worried even when I got home. I even had the police come to my home. I mean, and patrol around my home. I was that scared. What we have in our area where I live is we're near the Highway of Tears. As you know, many of you may not know about it. That's what it's called. There's a string of missing women that have been missing along this stretch of the highway for over, I believe it's like 15 years or something like that. And I swear this was the person. I do. And so that's what I'm talking about, a double-edged sword. It can save your life. It can, I don't know, it's just you have this energy about you, Sagittarius, which is like, I want you to be careful, because when you're in that kind of energy, you attract some really decent folks who have just had some traumas that they need healed from, but you also attract the other kind that you don't want in your life. That's why you attract a lot of people who have shields up, who have their armor on, because you're able to break through their armor, but in some cases you may not. Okay. Never mind. Sagittarius. Nope. I'm not going here anymore, Spirit. I know Spirit's been wanting me to do this for years, but I'm not ready, God. I don't want to do this. I'm sorry. I'm not ready for this. I'm just not. Spirit. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Jesus. You also have the ability to protect the innocent. You have an innocence about you. Be careful how you use this power, Sagittarius. That's why I'm very cautious about what I want to say here, because not everybody likes their secrets being exposed, okay? Yeah. Yeah. My. You just have this knowing about you. You also can pick up on people's vibrations, Sagittarius. You know their intentions. When you get that, don't trust this person, listen to it. Listen to your instincts. Like, this is a really good healing energy that you have, Sagittarius. Just be careful with it. So, Sag, I'm really sorry how this read is coming out, but what my, I can't even say that. I'm sorry. I cannot say it. It's not to do with you, Sagittarius. It's to do with me. Somebody is trying to, like, get me to communicate something, that I don't want to communicate. Yeah, like, you feel deeply, Sag. Like, I'm going to put it out there. I'm not one of them. I will not do this. But some of you may. You actually could be of assistance to, like, cold case files, psychic investigators, mediums. Solving cold case files. But do you want to go there? Be very certain, because like you feel deeply, Sagittarius, you would probably pick up on a lot of things that are very emotional. Now, some of you can handle that. I'm not one of them. I cannot. I'm not ready for that. I don't think I ever will be. I cannot do it. But some of you can. You can pick up on... You can. And some of you are guided to do so. Power to you if you have the strength to do that. I do not. But some of you may. I can't do it. I would cry. I'm too sensitive that way. I couldn't handle it. But maybe some of you could handle that. You could be a wonderful, wonderful asset for an investigation. I am picking up on that. Definitely. Take care, Sag.